Hi guys and girls, and today you join me here at Frinton-on-sea, fishing right in the corner, following some advice on some blogs. Never fished this part before, and we're about 3 hours away from high tide. I can see why that sea defence is along there, so it's going to be fun over high tide. I don't know if I'm going to have to retreat back over this promenade. We'll see though. So I've had one chuck so far, well, 2 chucks on the right hand rod. Look like a wrasse bite. I'm fishing quite big hooks though, because today I'm after smooth hounds and ray. Some stingers been coming out of this part of the world, so you never know, could have a new species off the list. I do want to get a wrasse, so what I might do, so I've got another rod with me, is set up another rod and get it close to these rocks on my right. So on my right here, let's swing it around to show you. Got all this sea defence, and it goes all the way down here. So probably give it another hour. You know, once we get some more water on them rocks, you know, the wrasse will really be coming in here, I'm sure. You know, to search for crustaceans and the like. So yeah, feeling hopeful. Few reports of some smooth hounds coming off, like Holland-on-sea. Don't know if anyone's remember the Walton Pier, but the chap who is the admin for the Walton Pier kindly put a nice big smooth hound. I was actually fishing that evening, but packed up pretty quickly, and I believe that guy was a bay or so next to me. So there you go. A lot of it's about timing, isn't it? Especially with the hounds. But nonetheless, you know, it seems quite consistent when I've done my research that hounds do show here, and Walton as well. Walton, I read though, a lot of people were saying quite snaggy, so I'd rather fish somewhere that's perhaps not as good but less snaggy. For me personally, don't like losing gear and wasting money. But baits today, so I've got some peeler crab with me. I've got ½ a pound of rag. Rag done really well on my last video for the thornbacks at Shingle Street. So at the moment I've just got single rag on both, and then in about half an hour I'm going to really bulk up them baits. But I like to get a cast or 2 in first with some smaller baits. A, you know, see if there's any smaller fish around, albeit I am fishing big hooks. But B, I like to make sure I'm confident and got my eye in and etc. with the casts. So I'm going to fish probably till about 11 this evening, and it's 11:15 now, so a 12-hour sesh. You know, I want to perhaps make this the last time I try and get a smooth hound. I've tried 5 times now and not had any luck across the Essex and Suffolk beaches. I think next year, ladies and gents, next season, when the season starts, I will be getting myself down to some hot spot beaches, you know, for 3 or 4 days and just really hammer it, because there's something addictive about smooth hound fishing. They're very elusive for me at the moment, but you keep trying, don't you? You keep going and you will get one eventually. And when you do, that makes it all worthwhile. So let's see what happens on this session. Fingers crossed, we can show you a fish or 2. So guys and girls, I'm not a religious man, but because I haven't had one in the last 5 sessions, I'm going to do this. Please, smooth hound gods, please grace me a fish today. Come on, please. I will do anything within reason for a smooth hound today. Please, please, please. Let's see if that works. Hey guys, so we're about an hour in now. I've decided on the ray rod to use a bait that personally has always done well for me in the past with the rays, and that's bluey. So I'm fishing a tail section there. Don't know whether there's quite a few crabs here. Looking around, there's quite a few shells and stuff, so it could be quite a few hermits. Perhaps that's why it's so good for smooth hounds here. And then on that right rod, I've still got a single rag, but it does seem to be getting chewed off by something. So I'm going to bulk it up. I'm going to put a bit of crab on there in a minute. Start introducing a bit of crab with the rag. Make like a really tight sausage. So if there's crabs there, I want to make it so tight that it's going to be really tricky for them to get through it. You know, they probably will eventually, but try and make it as hard as I can for them. You know, to then be able to have a bait in the water longer to hopefully be able to get some interest of a fish. So that's the plan. But beautiful day. That cloud cover, although is threatening, it's not made much difference at the moment. I'm absolutely sweltering here currently. Didn't think it was going to be this warm, but yeah, it is. It's lovely. So at least if I don't have a blank, I'm going to go home with a bit of a tan probably. But yeah, let's see what happens. Okay guys, so haven't blanked. Tiny little schoolie bass, lively it is, on the small rod, just by the rocks there. See if we can get a wrasse. So at least we haven't blanked. Let's get this back, see if we can get someone else. Well, big rods are very slow at the moment. Plenty of weed, the tide's now going out. However, small rod near the rocks, I'm hoping to get a wrasse on. I've got something else to show you. Hello, mate. Bass, yeah, mate. So a little bit bigger. A little bit better size, that. A bit better stamp. So hopefully, if I get one double this size, it'll be coming home with me. So the small rod is certainly keeping it busy while we wait for the bigger stuff. Nice, good fun on night tackle. Okay guys, so it's 23 now. So high tide was at 1. I can't believe where the last couple of hours have gone. Been very tricky. So the 2 bass that you've seen, and not a lot else. Nothing on the big rods other than piles and piles of weed. So I'm glad I set that little rod out. That's gone a little bit slow now, but the last couple of casts, I've noticed less weed, which is apparent once you get once you're on the ebb. Usually that pushes a lot of weed out, which is good. So bait wise, I'm fishing on 2 big rods. So I'm on rag and crab mix. Good size baits. I'm going to make them even bigger next cast. Really go for it. I'm not sure when it fishes best. I can't remember reading on the forums, but I will be fishing all the way down to low tide, which I think is about, I can't even remember when it is. Not very good, am I? But anyway, we fish until a good 11 o'clock, I reckon. Fishing to the night, it might, usually for the thornbacks especially. I was hoping it was going to be a bit cloudier today and a bit more overcast. It was set to be with a bit of rain, but I haven't seen any. Yeah, hopefully something shows up. But we'll keep trying, see what we can do, take it from there. Well guys, it's 5 o'clock. As you can see, the shoreline is very much retreated now. Keep having to move back quite quickly here actually. Absolutely gorgeous day. Fishing could have been better. Just had another small bass. Just didn't get the camera set up in time. I just put it back, about the same size as the first one. Nothing on the bigger baits. Plenty of weed out there that's kept me busy. In a bad sort of way, really. Probably see it all, where are we? All built up here. It's been quite crazy. But I keep persevering, I keep putting crab baits out there, I keep alternating crab and rag, fish and rag. The little small rod certainly kept me fairly busy. Packed one of the rods down, the spod rod, because it just couldn't handle the weed, the absolute enormous amount of weed being brought in. Luckily it's died back a bit now with the retreating tide, with the ebb. I think the smooth hound guard mustn't have heard me, but we've got time. So what, 5? Got another 4 odd hours. Maybe 5, maybe 6. But if I don't get much indication in the next few hours on the bigger rod, I'll debate whether to stay. Hopefully, the hours of darkness, on the forums I've read, it's actually better on the flood, so who knows, we'll see, we'll keep trying. Having the camera rod's very high, just to try and negate some of that weed. It's helped a little bit, but not too much. But yeah, we'll keep persevering. Oh, looked like the bass rod just banged again. Good to see lots of small bass about this year. Not just on my adventures, but seeing other people's videos, reports. It's good to see. I haven't personally had many bass this year, so it's quite nice actually. Not a target species. Be nice to get on a couple of pounds or so. That'd be cool. Some guy I spoke to down, just as I was walking down by the stilts, by the beach huts. He said there's some really good bass, sort of eight poundish size coming out. Not here, but another mark further up. But yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be a very good consolation if the smooth hounds or rays don't move it. I'm going to check that right one. Wait to go on though. Oh, bit of a bite on that right rod again. Oh, there we go. Another little tiny scaldy bass. Oh, that's a bad pull. That was a better bite. I don't know if you see that, I've zoomed out just so you can see me actually reel a fish in if I get one. But that was a better pull. Don't look like it's materialising though. Probably a better schoolie in amongst the shoal. Shame the bigger species hasn't turned up as yet. I'm going to say as yet because there's a few hours left yet, but it's a shame that. Oh, yeah, I think it's there. We'll give them a go. I do love fishing the bass though. They're not far out, 20, 30 yards, and they're there, which is beautiful. I'm probably 60 to 80 yards on the big rod. Probably not far enough really for the rays and smooth hounds. Might be touching a bit more. It's hard to judge. I really should wrap up like we do for carp fishing and just see, but I find it really hard to judge how far it is. But these bass, I'm hoping perhaps a sole might have been around as well. You never know. Still time. Maybe a few flounders. Mix up a bit. Nonetheless, good fun. Wish we could get a bit better stuff to fish. At least as well, the weed seems not to be a nuisance at the moment, which is good. Just be fishing sections of rag, probably a third of rag. Some of them are real long rag. I want a chance of a sole if there is one there, and a wrasse. I don't want to fish too long a worm. B, it just conserves it a little bit. With a bigger rod, wrapping up crab and rag mix on that one. Certainly keeps you busy whilst you're waiting for the bigger rods to keel over. It's quite a distance, and we're about 2 hours away from high tide now, I believe. So guys, I did fish up until about 10:30, so an hour after high tide. That was soon coming back in. I had one thump on the crab and then another, what I believe to be a take on the crab. Sent my rod almost fully horizontally on the stand. I thought well in, dropped back down very quick. and nothing was there. So, never mind. I probably will try one more time for the smooth hounds before the season is truly over, because it is still quite warm and calm. Wait for one of the better tides, and also I'll be targeting many different species of fish on the shoreline now. I'll go and do some more rays, conger, all sorts, and obviously cod are coming out quite well if you're keeping an eye on that as well. And also freshwater side, plenty of time on the banks of lakes and rivers, targeting a variance of different species too. Sturgeon, never caught one of them. Going to try a day ticket venue very soon for them. But for now, I wish you all the best and tight limes. Thanks for stopping by.